Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to this beautiful, what is it today? The 1st of March. The 1st of March. I'm so sad that February is over because February was beautiful for Arsenal. We went undefeated in the Premier League. What can I say? Anyways, hopefully that continues in March. Of course, today we're going to be talking about Arsenal. Are they slightly going under the radar with all the focus on Liverpool being top of the table, all the focus on City being the favorites to win the league? Arsenal just seem to be going under the radar. We're going to talk about them today as we don't play until Monday against Sheffield United away. It could be a beat down for Sheffield United, but we'll have to wait and see. Manchester United, of course, versus Man City, the big derby this weekend. Can Manchester United get points off City? We're going to have to talk about that. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that, of course. We're going to talk about Chelsea. Pochettino, is he or is he not going to get sacked? What's going to happen with Poch? Are they looking for his replacement already? It looks like it. So he's destined to get sacked. Haaland, is he using Man City as a stepping stone? We got to get into this. Plus, some Liverpool fans are on my case because lately they are very sensitive because Klopp's leaving soon that you can't dare say anything negative. But the reality of the situation is with Klopp leaving, you can't expect everything to be staying the same. There's going to be a slight decline. We're going to have to get into that. Plus more Rashford comments, Pogba, Salah to Saudi. There's just so much to discuss today. It's going to be a beautiful show. Get ready. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I already see some people in the chat. Big up my guy Fator in the building. Arsenal underrated, seeking validation, avoiding expectations. Ooh, that rhymed. That rhymed. But we got Monty in the building repping Manchester United, as of course Manchester United are going to be going away to the Etihad.
Yep, away
there
from
you
home.
Go. Daniel in the building, Man City fan. Perfect. Explain of believe everything you read.
In everything they read.
Yeah, he's talking about Haaland, obviously. We got Rack in the building, Liverpool fan, and you eloquently put it beautifully last week with your point. And did you see the video I posted of you? Very, very well put. And I like that. We got CFC Reaper. You know what? He's a Chelsea fan. We don't like each other's clubs, but I rate him for always being here and being one of the first ones in the comment section. We got Victor also in the building. Liverpool ain't going anywhere, he's saying. We're gonna get onto that. But we also got Vader in the house. Haaland did score 5 goals. Woo! Vader, where you at, bro? Vader's in the building. Vader is in the building. He's in the building.
Listen, man. Just sit down, Vader. We're waiting for you, man.
Stop the hating. Stop the hating. I'm here.
Listen, you know what you need? This man, this man, he needs some WWF walking music. Without that, with all this silence, something's missing. We need music. If you're going to walk in, you can't walk in with a strut to silence.
Yeah. You know what? He needs to give us a win, you know, because that seems to work. That seems to be working sometimes, except when you're facing kids in a cup final. But hey, let's not get into that anymore. First thing I wanted to discuss. I was on the terrace yesterday, and I find it hard to believe the whole Pogba story and everything. What do you guys think about the whole ban? Because of course this man has been now banned for 4 years. He's gonna fight it, but it's looking peak for Paul Pogba.
It's sad, man. It's a sad way to end a glistening career and a glistening potential.
Big up Jay, man.
Jay?
How are we doing, guys?
By the way, can we congratulate Jay and Vader before we go any further? Not Vader, Jay and Rack.
What I mean?
What
I mean?
Nah, you're not on the channel. It's big on the channel.
You don't know about back channel negotiations, Igal. You don't know who's getting tapped up in the background.
Yeah. He's literally preparing the whole show on his channel.
I like that.
No, large up to the channel.
No, I'm just joking, bro. But let's get into it. What's the channel called?
The Team Sheet.
The Team Sheet. And have you already set up a YouTube channel?
Not yet. We're playing around with so the concept which Rax so lovely signed off on was is basically we take 11 topics, so 11 players, 11 names, 11 topics. So bang, 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 and every sort of Sunday we present it like a team sheet. Like so you'll see it like a format, like when your team drops the lineup.
Like Rashford's comments will be the goalkeeper.
Yeah. So it'll be like Rashford.
Will be the striker.
It might be like Rashford, Moyes, Ancelotti, Clattenburg, blah blah blah.
That's a lit 11. That's a crazy.
Yeah.
There you go. Listen,
Clattenburg up front.
Don't give everybody new ideas.
Clattenburg in the hole.
Don't let people steal your idea.
The beautiful thing is that obviously because it's called our kind of concept in my idea, it builds around it. So someone can try and take the idea, but it's the team sheet. So the whole the name and then the artwork and everything, it all links together. So you can take the concept, but I like the idea because I've never seen anybody present it like that. So we've got our own idea of what we're trying to do here. So we'll see how it plays out.
Big up Mancunian Way. I had the pleasure of meeting him on LB's channel. So big up to him. Martin, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep. Martin, legend.
So yeah, let's get straight into it. Guys, Paul Pogba's banned. He's been banned for 4 years. His career is pretty much done. I think personally he needs to go on a podcast as soon as possible. I'd love to have him on my podcast, but I know that's never going to happen. But he needs to go on somebody.
Never say never, man.
There you go. Never say never. Paul Pogba, if you're listening to this, I believe you. You're innocent. Come on my podcast. We'll talk about it. But yeah, talk to me, guys. Do you believe this whole situation, the man's career is down the drain pretty much?
Remember that famous clip during COVID where he balled out in the Champions League, or was it Champions League or Europa League? And then after a great performance, generally, you see the United doping officials and say, "Oh, another doping test," and he's standing there on the corner in front of in front of the Old Trafford tunnel, like, really, really. So like videos like that, and then I'm just like, so this guy's always, because let's be honest, in Premier League football and elite level football, they always get tested. There's random tested. It's not like in track or in athletics where you can go for a period of time and, go get away with it. Like in football, it's always random, it's always spontaneous, and it's always thorough. Majority of the time, right? For what we know allegedly. But seeing this happen to Paul Pogba, it's just a sad way to end such a promising start of his career, really. After his performances at Juve, you're thinking, goodness me, we got an all-timer on our hands. No one had seen a build as elegant. I've never seen a 6'4", but with the feet of a winger, had the opportunity to play that long ball. Honestly, his game, the ability of Paul Pogba was generational. We've not seen that kind of build and talent in football, if we're being totally honest. But then
he was 6'3", moving like a 5'8",
moving like a winger. Let's be real. United would shift him out to the left the wing, and he would chinky, drop a shoulder and go. And I'm like, damn. And then all of a sudden, decision making, like, should he have gone to United? With hindsight, with everything, no. Like, if we're being totally honest, that World Cup at least, and this is one thing I will say before I'll let someone else go. That World Cup performance here and winning the World Cup, it's like, now we know what he could have achieved. Like, that's the ceiling. Like, we now know it's not just ability, it's not just a one-off. Like, that's his benchmark, And it's just sad his career didn't really, club career, should I say, didn't follow up to that.
Fair enough. Do you guys have anything else to say on Pogba before we move on? Rock, Vader?
Yeah, I got something to say because my energy's one of disappointment.
That's so bad.
My energy is one of disappointment, man, because when it was rumored that he was looking to leave Juventus, I thought my club had a chance at getting him. And when Monty's talking about it, we haven't seen a player like. I had Yaya Toure, and I didn't have peak Yaya, but I had really good years of Yaya. And this is the guy I was like, yo, Pogba could be something like him. You know what I mean? He had the versatility, he had the trickery, he had the strength, right? And he had the skill. Yaya had that in bunches. Right. So I'm disappointed with where Pogba's career has kind of gone. Obviously, he's accomplished really good things. But when we think of like how much should be on that resume, on that list, it's kind of falling short. So that's disappointing. But I think I'm going to say this and it's really important now that United are in this kind of transition. Players can no longer just go to the club for the badge. Pogba went to United, but we all be honest, when he went to United, it was because it was United, not because they had the manager that was really going to get the most out of him, not because they had surrounding squads that was like, it was in disarray. Players need to be smart on when they go to a club, when they go to the club that's going to be a part of their legacy, to go when the time's right. So I think Pogba going to United, in hindsight, was the wrong decision, because a lot of things weren't in place for him to really shine off of what he built at Juventus. That's all.
Rack?
Yeah, look, just in a similar vein to what Vader just said. Obviously, he's a rival, but it's a disappointing end, because this probably will be the end of his career. Should have achieved a lot more, had a lot of the skills. I just want to highlight, look, there's some things that you can criticize him for, and he didn't achieve the heights, and maybe there was some issues there. But the kind of covert racism almost, and the way that he was put down by media, fans, the whole thing. Don't get me wrong, Pogba didn't achieve the heights that he should have achieved, and probably could have done a bit, but the way that he was also treated by a lot of people was disappointing. And just because he was a bit different, just because he stood out, just because he liked to have a good time and do a dance on TikTok or something like that, like that, if you're performing on the pitch, or if you're not performing on the pitch, if you want to do that, that shouldn't give people the reason to say, he shouldn't be dancing on TikTok. Concentrate on football, because they're two totally different things. And it's an old school mentality, and I think that was shameful of all involved. And but look, sad to see it go out like this. But good luck to him in his future endeavors, I guess.
Okay. Jay, did you have anything to say on Pogba before we move on? We're going to actually talk about your boy, Ange Postecoglou. Is he there?
He's currently...
he's got nothing to say on that.
He's out.
Yeah, so I guess we'll save the Ange Postecoglou conversation. We can kind of touch on something else. Let's talk about Liverpool for a second. Who does Liverpool play this weekend? Brentford, right? No, Nottingham Forest. Forest.
Who cares?
Surely you can't lose to Forest.
Surely.
Here, let's hear it, Rax. Let's hear the underdog talk. Set up the underdog. Let's hear it, Rax. Let's hear it.
Did we lost last season, I think, or did we draw? It was 1-0 or 1-1. I think we lost. But to be fair, a loss or a dropping of points tomorrow is unthinkable. And whilst anything is possible in football, we can't afford to drop points. This is one of the games that we have down, penciled in our fixture list as a 3-pointer. No excuses. We need to win.
And you know what? Credit to your academy, because they've been really holding it down for you guys. I think a lot of people need to show Liverpool's academy some credit, because they don't get the hype.
Look at Vader the hater. Vader the hater, just shaking his head. He didn't even let Miguel finish his sentence, and Vader's like going like this. No. What about me? What about little old City's academy, eh?
No, I don't even need to bring up my academy. My academy's been doing business for me for years now.
Hey, we all know what the top academy is in England. Come on, carry
it. It's definitely not yours.
Put your hands down.
It's definitely not yours.
What?
It's definitely not yours.
The players that we've produced, out of this world.
You're talking years ago. We're not doing years ago.
Guys. Stop it. Liverpool's academy is not Carrington. It's not Hale End. It's not Cobham. The reality of the situation is they haven't created that many like world superstars since Steven Gerrard. They made Trent. Now this season, you're seeing like 5 of them break through at the exact same time.
Yeah, but that's just because they're all unavailable. First team was all out.
But this might be a blessing. This might be a blessing in disguise.
No, of course, bro. That's life. With Rashford got in because someone got injured in the warm-up. Players get in and get opportunities because misfortune. It happens.
You know what? Come on, man. Listen. Igal, you're absolutely right. It's a blessing in disguise. No, go ahead, Rex.
Go on.
Okay. This is a blessing.
We're talking about Liverpool's academy, and I haven't said a word.
It's good.
Please continue, Vader. I'll come in. I'll chime in when you're finished. Go on, Vader.
Right. I was gonna add to what Igal was saying. It is a blessing in disguise. It is, and it's a fortunate mistake, right? This is another luck happenstance for Klopp. He happened to stumble into this because we all know that if the players were all fit, none of these academy guys would get a shine. So it's desperation. It's what he has to do. And it's not a decision that he would make, similar to, it wasn't his decision really to go after Salah, but look what Salah turned out to be. Someone else made that decision for him. This case, players weren't available. They're now here. And credit to them, their quality. The academy's doing its thing. But this praise of Klopp doing any of this, stop it. Stop it.
Can I just throw in? I missed the Pogba section, unfortunately, because I just wanted to throw the theory out to people. If you use performance-enhancing drugs during your recovery process, but not when you get back to the pitch, have you truly cheated?
Yeah. I would say so. Yeah,
I'm saying it's a shades of grey because a doctor could prescribe you something to help something heal faster.
No, but then
there might be. But let's forget that. Liverpool's academy. I saw the tide was turning. Let's forget that. Liverpool's academy. Yeah, Klopp had to use these boys at gunpoint, but these boys are good. They're good. These boys are good. They're genuinely.
Bro, guess what?
They're genuinely decent.
It doesn't matter if you had to use them at gunpoint or not. Smith Rowe and Saka only got in because the other players were shit. And then guess what? It turned out they became good and carried the squad for half a year.
Yeah. But we're not gonna be like Unai Emery discovered so-and-so. If it's based off of desperation while you're starting these players, I don't want, because again, I know PR, I know the PR that Liverpool have. I know how gigantic it is. They're going to spin this and be like, Klopp went.
Bro, 1 second. They deserve
how long we got on this topic? Topic?
Let's wrap it up with Rak. They deserve the credit. Give them their moment. Rak, take it away.
Look, the reality is that no academy produces tons and tons of world-class players, right? Who was the last world-class player that Cobham produced? The world-class. What was the last world-class player? Okay, let's talk about, Foden, say Foden's world-class. Prior to Foden, the last world-class player? Arsenal.
Except
which was the last world-class player?
When's the last world-class player?
The last world-class player.
No. But the point is, these things, they come round occasionally. Igal mentioned, Steven Gerrard, and he mentioned Trent. So in the last 15 years, you could argue correctly that Liverpool produced 2 world-class players. Arsenal, Chelsea, John Terry would be one of them. And after that,
Emi Martinez was
listen. Sorry. I said world class, and you're giving me Emi Martinez.
Harry Kane came from Tottenham's academy. He did play.
Don't take my superstar.
Listen. Arsenal cannot be claiming Harry Kane. What are you doing? Listen, there's a certain Man United fan who's been criticising Liverpool, saying, what's his name? Clark, this Clark kid. We signed him from Newcastle's academy. First of all, he's not world class, and whether we can claim him as part of our academy, who knows? But
can you
Harry Kane may have started in your academy in the under 8s. You can't take him as a world class player.
Can you claim Harvey Elliott?
I think what?
First of all, Harvey Elliott's not world class, and second of all, no, because we signed him when he was 17. He's gone through his formative years at Fulham.
I wouldn't. Rax, I wouldn't.
First of all, world-class players. World-class players. World-class players are very, very rare. No academy produces them consist. I think maybe United had a period, the class of '92. Barcelona had a period where you had Busquets and Xavi and Iniesta and these guys. I'm going to give them what's it called? I'm going to give them Messi and stuff as well.
We spent way too much time on this track.
The point is, none of us produce these quality of players consistently. Second of all, you guys have a point. Klopp, it was necessary for Klopp to use them. He didn't have another choice.
Okay,
but
talking about
he's used them. Wait. He's used them. He's used them correctly, and he's used them in a cup final to win silverware. Those are different levels, and Klopp has succeeded in doing that. So I'm going to give him that praise. Whether you choose to or not, it's up to you.
There's a lot of people that wouldn't have brought on all of those kids at the time.
Enough about the academy kids. There is a bigger story that needs to be discussed. We've spent so many topics on Liverpool. We haven't gotten to the cup final yet. Next, we got to talk about this. Salah's potential exit. Klopp has already accepted.
If this is from fajitas.com, Giga, you're in a lot of trouble.
No, it's not fajitas. It's a former Egyptian international talking about it. But okay, forget about Salah for a second.
No, I don't want to ruin the segment.
This is the main segment. The main segment is straightforward. Liverpool after Klopp, will there be a decline? Yes or no? Because I said yes on the Football Terrace.
100%.
And people said to me, Igal, you're more hopeful that there will be a decline than actually believing it. And my logic is this. One, you guys are trying to get Mikel Edwards back. Of course, if you get him back, I might slightly change my tune because I've seen him build your squad up before. But Mikel Edwards, second in charge, also left the door. So right now you're like down to your third in charge in that position. I think Jurgen Klopp's power at Liverpool and his gravitas and what he's been able to do, he deserves a lot more credit. And when he does leave, there is going to be a heavy boots to fill. And it's not even the manager coming in, the ability to recruit players, the ability to coach them up to a certain level, the ability to get the best out of the players you currently have to your disposal. And also, you won't have the know-how from that new manager coming in of everybody around the club and everything going on in the club for the last couple of years. So there's going to be a moment in change. There's going to be a moment in transition no matter what. So there will be a slight decline, but to say that Liverpool will just get rid of Klopp, bring in a new manager, and everything will be as normal and you'll be competing for the league again is ridiculous to me. And to the people who say, oh, we're going to be back competing for the league again in like 2 years' time, we're going to win more trophies than you, and start pointing fingers at everyone, laughing at people, you do realize you're losing your best ever manager and you think everything's going to be hunky-dory. It's crazy to me. But yeah,
whoa. What are you talking about? What do you mean we're losing our best ever manager?
To the public. That wasn't
Relax,
you said best ever manager.
In the modern era.
He wasn't your best ever manager. Obviously, he wasn't Bob Paisley or Kenny Dalglish or these are the guys back in the day.
Because we don't know them guys, man. We don't know them guys, man. Let's just keep it to start. We don't know them guys.
Oh, big up voice. Big up voice. You can't hear me, but you can hear that voice. Listen to that voice, man. It's like Barry White. Barry White reincarnate.
I don't know them.
Have their voice for radio.
Yeah. Isn't that like? I just wanted to say that when we were just talking about Klopp, I flip-flop on this because if you asked me a couple of weeks ago, I was thinking it'll be seamless. But when I watched what Liverpool, because you look at the squad and then you think about how Xabi Alonso might use the squad, and you think maybe if they buy some players, like maybe it could be okay.
They play two different styles, by the way.
But when I watched Liverpool against Chelsea, and it was just what they did to win that game, I'm like, I really don't think you could put many managers in that situation and they come out with the W. Like, that's like Klopp and force of will. And that made me think, okay, actually, like that takes a while to build up that credit in the bank, that just absolute trust in tactical approach and setup, and you get moments when a new manager comes in, whether you like it or not, when he does something and you're not sure because he doesn't have the credit in the bank of saying, I know that you're going to pull through this. I know if the team falls to 7th, you can bring us back up. I know that. And that's when clubs panic, because when a team drops to a certain level and you've never seen them bounce back, I think Alonso could be good. But if they don't get Alonso and then they're bringing in like an Amorim or they're bringing in a manager like that, you're then going back to, in my opinion, getting in with the Arsenals and the Spurs where you've got good players and you've got a structure, and it's how good your structure is going to be in order to help this new manager.
Yeah.
Whereas Klopp, to the point that he could get rid of Edwards, force of will of a manager, evolved style, developed from the gegenpress guy to the version of Liverpool we're seeing, man management, whole city loves him. That's not beans. He's a generational manager. He's not Pep, but he's a generation. You get one Klopp in 10 years. There's not another Klopp in 10 years in his era. So with all of that being said, I can't not see a drop-off.
Exactly. Rax, there's a reason why I went out and got one of these as soon as Klopp made the announcement. There's a reason why. Great managers don't fall off trees. Clubs don't go and get manager after manager in terms of greatness. No. And I love how this Liverpool PR already has all of us convinced that the man that's doing his thing over in Bundesliga is automatically going to be the next manager after Klopp. You guys may not get a quality, young, generational manager like him that he's showing right now. It may not be him. But whoever comes in, they're not going to be able to keep this level that Klopp has. It's impossible. If it is possible, then I think we should all play the lottery, because Klopp is a fantastic manager for a reason. Now, this is going to be enjoyed because I see Liverpool's, if they're here, I see them going here.
Oh, no,
it's no surprise.
It's not.
You think it's a dive?
It's ooh.
Oh, I was being nice. I was saying this. But you're saying, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna enjoy this a lot more because it's gonna be a drastic fall off because Klopp has been that good. That's all. That's really it.
Hey man, you know them days, Warrior. You know them days. You know them days with the.
They said it turned water into wine. Now he's gonna turn.
Oh my God.
That water's gonna be very, very fresh.
Like, listen, it happens to the best of us, you know? It happens to the best of us. Every time you have a great manager at your club, you know, iconic figure, and he leaves or he retires or whatever, that next job, that next person, not only has the craziest amount of pressure, but now it's like, ooh, Jurgen Klopp's face is now no longer, like, his presence, his aura, his personality, his charisma is no longer in the building. How do you know Xabi Alonso is as charismatic as Klopp, or even close to? You don't know. Unlikely, you know. So all of a sudden, it's not just on the pitch. You're feeling his miss and his absence off it. And we've seen how the clubs, let's be honest, the two biggest teams in the country. We see it. Look at our stadiums, our fan bases, our history. It's not easy to replicate one success. Do you know what I mean?
Let's hear Rock's case, because we're preaching to him, but he might be agreeing with us to a certain degree.
So I do agree to a certain degree.
Okay.
When you have an elite manager and that elite manager leaves, unless you replace him with another elite manager, and even if you do that, that may take time to kind of filter through, and there should be a drop-off because elite managers don't grow on trees. Is Alonso, if Alonso comes in an elite manager, we shall see. This is his first full season in management at the top level. And he's doing very well. But whether that's a sign of things to come or something else, we'll see. And so I expect there to be a drop off unless, as Jay mentioned, if we have the right structure in place, we have the right support staff in place, the backroom staff is good enough, we recruit well, then there's a possibility to maintain. But it's not going to be easy. Just like Vader, you should save half of that cigar because Klopp is leaving this summer. Our friend Mr. Guardiola will be leaving next summer, and then you can finish off your cigar. And there will be a drop off there as well.
There's like a season where
and I think one thing to just mention is, like, the last manager, and Bice can probably co-sign this actually. The last manager I saw in Europe really with Alonso's specific profile was Villas-Boas. So let's see how your boys welcome him into the dressing room. You know, Villas-Boas, hottest thing in Europe. Hottest thing in Europe. When he won the Europa League with Porto, went to Chelsea, flopped. Yeah, like, trust me, Villas-Boas' stock was Alonso level stock.
Not really, because think about it.
Oh,
hold on. Alonso, his playing career has also been there. You know what I mean? There's credit in the bank. Do you get it? So, like, I agree with you in terms of, especially back then, Villas-Boas, his pedigree and his, the hype around him was through the roof. 100%.
But one thing we need to get clear is, Jay, pick your battles, because you were on this stream talking about how Alonso's this much better than Arteta and how he's always been sunning Arteta, and now all of a sudden you're comparing him to Villas-Boas. It just don't add up.
Hold on. First and foremost, let me just be clear. Igal thought he did something, but I'm always very careful with my words. I was thinking when he was talking, where's he going with this?
Right now, Vader, don't worry.
Right. Okay. So let me be clear. Right. So what I'm saying is, what Alonso's doing this season with Leverkusen, is as good, if not better, than anything Arteta's done at Arsenal thus far. Right.
Correct.
Right.
You know what?
Okay. So so hold on. Villas-Boas, when he went to Chelsea, had won numerous trophies. So also Villas-Boas had a better CV than Arteta has currently. So in the case, was I incorrect in making that comparison? And not only that, I double down and stand by my original assertions. Back to you.
Okay, fair enough. Let's keep it.
This is interesting.
Miguel,
you have a right to reply.
1 second. I abstain. Anyways, let's move on to the next topic.
He tasted the food and said,
we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about the Manchester derby. But do we have time, Vader, to just squeak in one little thing before you do that? And one little thing that I wanted to talk about is also City related, but I don't think we're gonna spend as much time on it. Erling Haaland is being linked away to Barcelona.
Come on.
Name your sources, Igal.
Listen.
Sources, trust me, bro.
Listen. The thing is, I'm not saying he's gonna leave to Barcelona, but the question lies: do you guys honestly believe Erling Haaland's final move in his career is to stay at City for the rest of his life?
No, he's too young.
Nope.
He's too young.
Have you seen?
I think he's gonna use Manchester City as a place where he picks up the trophies, and then the next step is a legacy move, like go to Barcelona, get them back to where they
Man said, did you just call Manchester City a stepping stone? Did you say Manchester City a stepping stone club?
That's what it is for Erling Haaland.
Let me get it. Listen.
By the way, welcome everyone joining right now from Dan Pot's channel. Big up to Dan Pot. Big up to Dan Pot. Sending everyone over. Big up to Dan. Continue.
Man said, I'm using your club. Let me collect.
I heard it.
And then the legacy.
His legacy started
remember my name.
First season breaks Premier League record for goals in a season. Treble. Did amazing in the Champions League. The legacy is begun, brother. It's begun. And I'm saying that he has at least 3-4 more years in England to rack up some crazy numbers.
3-4 is a bit
3-4. I don't listen, as much as even previous topic you said Liverpool declines. The quality of players at Manchester City at this moment, even if Pep leaves, the system's already there.
Speak on it.
Honestly, guys, this needs to be a quick topic because
but I'm just saying, he's adding so much to his game. He's adding so much to his game that even after he leaves, he might even be in a conversation to be a legend of that football club.
Woo! He's already Bryce, he's already a legend at City. It's done. It's done.
No.
That's how easy it is, man. That's how easy it is.
Stop it.
Nobody's a legend.
No, Vader came off mute for that. Vader, he broke Premier League records. He won you guys a treble. He scored the most goals for your club in a single season, the most goals in the Premier League for a single season. He's already up there as a Premier League legend for me.
He's having a hot. Listen.
No. Because Sean Gota.
We've seen women have some of the hottest 6 months of their life, the finest 6 months of their life, and they never bounce back from it. You can't be a legend after a year.
One second. Listen to this. We gave Barca Cancelo. We gave them Eric Garcia. We gave them Ferran Torres. You call us a stepping stone for Barca.
Don't worry.
Maybe you're Peter.
They'll get the big one. But listen,
okay.
I mean,
no, guys, stop. This has gone on way too long.
Okay. Before you go,
on to the next topic.
Shout out to the Football's 12-man podcast. Big up Dan Potts. I'm on there most Tuesdays, so check us out on Tuesdays when I'm on Dan's Pot channel. We'll continue, Vader.
Monty, stop it. You think I don't see what you're doing? You saw me off camera and you tried to say Haaland's already a legend. Get the heck out of here, man.
He is, man. Come on.
He's been tremendous. He did it in 1 year, something that the best debut season we've ever seen from any player, period. So that makes him amazing, but it's not a legend. A legend is longevity. A legend is doing it over and over and over again, proving that you're the best amongst others. He did it for 1 year, like Bice said. Quality. Now, you're rude, Gal. You're rude to say stepping stone. Is it another club that he may move on from? Yes, but it's not a stepping stone. That is absolutely rude.
Hey, keep the title down.
Gal, what I tell you?
Keep the title, man.
It's absolutely rude.
Listen, all I have to say is the production had a debrief. We had to discuss this beforehand.
We had to. Hold on, one thing.
I can tell by Jay's look right now. He's like, I'm not having this right now.
No. One thing I need to say quickly before we move on.
Veda's more than got this in control. I think people forget that even Raheem Sterling's not seen as a legend to a number of City fans.
No, he's
they're racist. Let's just call it what it is. They're racist.
What?
We know what racist.
We're not racist.
I couldn't possibly. I can't say a City fan is racist because it doesn't say
Let's chill. Don't call people.
There's a gap there that I'm not willing to fill, guys. I just can't fill it.
Over to Jay in the studio.
I don't even want to go. I don't even want to go into that.
You know that clip with
I said what I said, and I meant.
You know that clip. With Mike Myers and Kanye, where Kanye just turns around and said, "George Bush hates black people," and then Mike Myers.
Vice, you got no right. You got no right to be talking about no racist stuff.
He's a Chelsea fan.
I know it when I see it, Veta. Don't worry.
Hold on. Haaland is a legend. Full stop. You see City, yeah? It's not that.
All right, guys.
Monty with the violence.
Guys, we're gonna shift this back to the derby, all right? Because Vader's got to go in about 15 minutes. So this is how it's gonna go. Everyone's gonna get a little. Everyone's gonna get a little piece, and then Vader and Monty are gonna finish it off. So quick, concise points on what you think about the derby and your score prediction. For me, this game is all on City. It's City's to lose, Manchester United's to hold on to. You need to go there. You know those movies when there's wind and you see the character holding onto a tree branch? That's what Manchester United is going to be for 90 minutes.
What movies have you been watching?
Like cartoons. Okay, let me give you an example. You ever watch Avatar? You know when the last Airbender? Yeah. You watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. There's a lot of wind. One of the characters holding onto a tree branch. That's Manchester United.
No,
they're going to be holding on for dear life for the 90 minutes. That's what I'm saying.
Why would you use like holding on to the side of a plane or something?
Yeah. So the reality situation is Manchester City are the favorites. Manchester City have everything to lose and everything to gain. Manchester United have really nothing to gain outside of potentially keeping on to the top 4 race, which they're already on the outside of. And they have an injury crisis. They're going to be playing a bunch of kids. It's going to be it's going to be away from
batter up.
Away from home. So I'm just going to go. The scoreline says 6-0 on the thumbnail, but really and truly, I can't predict it because it's a derby. I'm just going to say 2-1 Man City.
The scoreline says 6-0. It's clickbait.
Listen.
I'm not going to co-sign it. Who am I to co-sign it?
I blame the editor.
It was the AI. It was the AI, guys.
Hey, listen, guys, we got 112 people in the chat. Do me a favor, make sure we got 112 likes minimum. Before Vader and Monty go, Rock, what's your take on the game?
I mean, if United can get out of there with 3-0, they'll be doing 3-0 loss. They'll be doing all right because even though they've gone on a decent run of winning games. Even Monty will say they've been pretty shocking in open play, and this has got a City win written all over it.
Facts.
Nice.
Listen, the only person who can save Manchester United from losing just got a 4-year ban for doping. I'm being so. Just got a 4-year ban for doping. That guy's been the only reason they've gotten results against Manchester City in the modern era. No disrespect. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well. You know that guy's kind of chilling at home right now. I don't believe United come away. They don't have any game breakers. As much as Haaland's been scoring, he can't do nothing against that. And that midfield, as good as Kobe Mino is, and I bought stocks early. I did. Pre-injury. I saw him in pre-season and someone sold me some stocks.
Come on.
I invested. He won't be able to cope with that midfield. Everybody's starting to click, even Kovacic. Like, you see, at least 3-0. At least 3-0. If United get a goal, that's the 3 points. One goal is the 3 points.
Jay.
I don't see... Like, there's no real, like, I mean, without Haaland, they don't really have any sort of chance. Like, even with Haaland, they have very little chance. But it would have been a puncher's chance. You know, like, if you're fighting, like, a blind drunk person who's a lot weaker than you, they might swing and hit you. And, you know, like, they might. It's very unlikely, but they might. So that's the level of chance that I gave Man United in this game. I just think
my analogy was bad. A blind drunk person.
That just indicated that they have no chance. It's not like I didn't need to have an Amazon membership to know your reference. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay. But listen, I'm looking at United and I'm thinking similar to Rax. I just don't see any way. Like, normally, if you analyze a game, you could say, where can this team cause them? Where is this team going to cause them issues? Where is this team going to potentially score goals? And, you know, if United maybe try and do a low mid-block counter-attack, they could maybe do something depending on how arrogant City get with the high line. But other than that, you know, if I just don't see like a Maguire Varane partnership having that level of concentration to keep City out all game, you know. So yeah, I think I'll go 4-1. No, I'll go 3-1 City. I think United might be able to do a little something. Maybe they'll even score the first goal on the break. But I just don't see them having enough over 90 minutes to like remotely be able to get anything out of this game, you know?
Yeah, we can't keep Vader any longer from speaking about this game. He's getting really giggity. You can tell. Go ahead, Vader.
All right, listen. It's a derby, man. We know this game's happening on Sunday. All eyes, spotlights, everybody's paying attention to this one. This is the game. This is the game of the weekend. We know that. Bice got nothing to look forward to.
United are playing.
You
raggedy.
Listen. Bice got nothing to be excited for with Chelsea. Jay, you know, Jay's in that kind of top 4 race a little bit. You know, Egal's chilling on till Monday, and you know he's desperately rooting for United on the weekend because drop points, please. And I know Rax in the deepest part of his heart, which is probably crushing him, killing him, because by nature he should be hating on United, but he's gonna be hoping. He's gonna be hoping for the best for United. You make me sick, Rack. Now this derby is going to be, on paper, in the game, it's got to be a City win. Monty's coming to my house. I ain't showing him no hospitality. Nothing. You're thirsty? I don't care. The hose is outside. You're hungry? Nah, you can go order an Uber. I'm not showing any type of hospitality to Monty. I need this win. I don't care how I get it. I don't want it doesn't need to be sexy football like Arsenal are doing right now. I don't want any of that. I just want to come out of this game, no injuries. That's my table made out of wood. And let me just get these 3 points, because after the derby, I got Copenhagen and I got Liverpool. This game should be a controlled professional win. I'm hearing a lot of injuries, and that's why I have this confidence. Supposedly, no Maguire. Supposedly, no Haaland. Those have been their probably most informed players, those two, and they're not there. So should I be worried about Anthony? I really shouldn't. Should I be worried about Garnacho? I really shouldn't. Should I be worried about Rashford, who played for the contract last season, and right now he's doing interviews to be like, guys, don't give up on me. Don't stop
that interview moved me. He's doing an excellent job with the PR.
How about this? Vader, just to make it clear, you have Gavardio out and Jack Grealish out. Okay.
Yeah, big.
They have Haaland.
Grealish was a part.
They have Haaland, Luke Shaw, and I'm not counting the guys that don't really play much. So they have Haaland, Luke Shaw.
No. Egal, do it like Liverpool. List everybody that's injured. List everybody.
Okay. So they have Tyler Malacia, Haaland, Mason Mount, Luke Shaw, Martinez, Anthony Martial, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
All right. So yeah, seven, right? 6 or 7.
7 to 2 injuries.
There you go. So
7
to 2.
Mount is injured. He's got a muscular injury. He's out.
7-2 is like, yeah, how much? It's 7-2 is like the same, right? It's the same.
No, it's not the same. Listen,
he's doing PR tweets. I told you guys it would come Monday. I told you Mason Mount and PR tweets. It's amazing, ain't it?
Egal, before Monty speaks about this derby, I don't move like any other rivals. I don't move like Rax. I don't move like the Liverpool fans talking underdogs.
You were cheering for us last week.
What do you mean cheering for you? I said I've been impressed with how you've been playing after you slapped up Liverpool. That's not cheering. I would never cheer for you guys. Now, what I'm going to point out is everything. I don't care whether it's eye test, paper, whatever. I should be winning this game. It's a derby. It's going to be a tough game, but I should be winning this game at the end of the day. There's no underdog talk. There's none of that. Now, I know every rival is going to be hoping for United to win because they don't want to see me.
150%.
Nobody wants to see me pursue and get this fourth. So I know what it is. It's me against the world. What you got to say, Monty?
Is it?
It's me against the world, man. The league.
I think every team believes it's them against the world. Anyways.
No, it's not true. That's impossible. Not Liverpool.
It's true. It's absolutely true. Everyone has the inferiority complex or paranoia. Everyone thinks that the world is against them. The fixture list is against them. The fixture computer is against them. The media is against them. But this is the thing. Liverpool fans think that too. Man City fans think that too. Man United fans think that too. They will say, we're the biggest club in London. They can't stop. They can't stop talking about it. Arsenal, look at us. Everybody hates us. Everybody thinks everybody else hates you. It's paranoia.
It's real applying to me because nobody wants me to win.
Of course,
Rax. Nobody wants me to do this. Nobody. Tell me, which rival wants me to do this?
Okay, Tupac. What the hell?
Nobody wants me to do this.
Listen, that's a good segue. Monty, take it away. I'm sorry, Vader. That was too funny. Even you gotta laugh. Yeah, that was funny.
Hey, man. I'm thinking about Sunday. Boy. You know, this reminds me of a little... I'm going to give you a little soliloquy. Do you know what I mean? Let's bring it back to around, actually, this time of year. Opening part of March, beginning part of March. It'll be a few years back now. We went to the Etihad. I think City were 13 games win on the bounce, on the trot, you know, and little old United rock up to the Etihad and get a 2-0 famous win. And then obviously since then we ain't fucking won there. So it's a bit, it's a bit mad. And the last time we was there, it was 6-3. It was only 6-3 because you scored 2 goals in 85 plus. It was basically 6-1. Do you know what I mean? Where do I start, man? Genuinely, it's gonna be a long 90 minutes, if I'm being totally honest. If we had a fully fit team, win. Comfortable win. Same thing we did last year. We'll do it again at the Etihad, no problem. At home when we beat them 2-1, it was great, really. Do you know what I mean?
With the dodgy offside onside goal.
Oh, come on, man. See, you're already crying and biting now. And when you're talking, come on, man, relax.
It was mad because it was like Rashford. Like when you got your pants around your ankles and you kind of. That's how he was kind of covering the ball.
It's called.
That's a terrible example.
No.
I'm not sure about that analogy.
You know what? Yeah. Porn has ruined your boy's mind.
It's a family show. It's a family show, man.
You know what? Like, it just carry on, moms.
Mama, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, man. Listen. I'll be honest.
Just carry on.
I think if City don't win and don't get 3 points, this will be one of the biggest disgraces in Premier League history. We are going there with bare bones. Bare bones. If City don't win, and oh my God, let me not even start. If we get a win, I'm going to be unbearable on Sunday. Just know for a fact.
You keep saying this all season, months, and you never get the win.
All season, since I've been back, I've been doing pretty well. If I'm being totally honest. Do you know what I mean? But no, this is City. City have to beat us. There's no if, buts, or maybes. There's no sugarcoating. They have to beat us. And this is the best. They've caught us at our worst moment in the season. This season's been obviously terrible to standards, but this is our worst point. We literally have no one.
You know what?
Against Nottingham Forest, hold on. Against Nottingham Forest, we benched 7. We put in 7 academy players. I saw 99, 87. I saw them numbers on my bench. Do you know what I mean? We had to play on the last Premier League game, academy kid up front because our main number 9.
Everybody wants you to win on Sunday, man. Everybody's gonna want you to win.
I'm just saying, thumbs up. Because I really believe
kids are the future, man.
Kids,
everything.
And
we're gonna Mickey Mouse Disney hands.
City.
We're gonna just
this game. City go into this game knowing if they don't listen.
We get it. If City don't win, Monty,
we have to.
Monty, we get it.
I like to remind.
Monty, you've reminded us. I think you've landed the point.
Good.
We're just gonna swiftly move on. Good. I was gonna talk about Rashford's comments, but really and truly, it seems like Rashford and you guys are always at odds. Like
no. Rashford,
his PR is impeccable. I saw a clip on the movie.
Rashford, he's always been a type of player where one season he's good, the next season he struggles. It's been his resume since he started playing for United in the first team. He will have an exceptional season, and we all know the next season there's going to be a drop-off. That's just his game, right? Now, why is that the case? Because for so long, he's been required to be the main man at Man United. And the reality is, he's meant to be a piece in a very good team. There's players, characteristics, personalities. There's certain players that want to be the main man, that want to be the actual face of Manchester.
So are you giving up on Rashford?
The last guy that
never.
The last guy that
Rashford knows
your manager ran him out because he couldn't handle it.
No. You see, with
Your
Rashford,
manager wants guys who.
Monty, I just want to ask you the perfect question.
Rashford, if there's another man taking the spotlight, taking the pressure away from him, then it's like he can deliver and he will chip in his 15 to 20 goals a season.
Okay, so let me ask you. I know Vader's got to go in a second, so Vader, big up to you. You'll be back in a minute. But yeah, I'm just gonna ask you this question. Everybody here, you guys can also answer it. Is Rashford Manchester United's most important player?
Hell no.
No,
Is Bruno their most important player?
Bruno.
Yes.
No.
Bruno. Yes, it's Bruno.
Yes.
The guy that has.
Let's be honest. This
Bruno.
season, who has been Manchester United's most important player for the rivals here?
The young kid. It's a kid season.
Kobe Mino.
Kobe Mino, Garnacho, right?
I would argue the framing of the question would probably be Lisandro Martinez because of how you framed the question.
Oh, that's a shout. That's a shout.
Yeah, because it's how can you miss me if I never go away? And that's how it's been with Lisandro. Like, yeah, do you know what I mean? As in. I was gonna squeeze another one out, but I thought two's enough.
I would say right now. I would say right now they go as far as Haaland goes per game.
Yeah.
Basically, if he's on form, they do well. If he's off form, they do bad.
No, but the biggest problem with United in the system for me is that the system doesn't allow properly for the absence of high quality players. So the drop off is bigger because they don't have a system that's masking the gaps in the team. So for me, that's a big problem when you lose a Lisandro, because Dalot could maybe play.
Varane is not their best player. Varane is finished.
So it's
even Luke Shaw's absent.
It's one of those where I look at it like you've got to. United should be aiming to get to a point where it's like an Arsenal, where I've heard Arsenal will be upset if a Saliba's out. Arsenal were upset previous years that Tierney was missing or Partey was it. So you have a team full of players that have a lot of value, yeah, and that is one part of the team rather than being, oh my God, take this guy out of the team and the team falls off a cliff. Arsenal can still win games without certain players. So you want
Rashford, apparently.
No, exactly. That's my point. But that's the thing. By the year before, it was Tierney.
No.
Yeah, but the year before it was Tierney, and the year before it was Partey. And
boys. We need to have a bit of
anybody who gets a major injury to a centre back is going to get affected.
Of course, but guess what? You see what you was just saying about major injuries, yeah? This is why, and I said this to you before, this is why Bruno Fernandes has the most credit in the bank out of all of them. Bruno has not missed a game for us since he's been at United.
He's available.
He's not. He's always available. Always. And
but always being available is great.
No,
it's
fantastic.
The best ability.
Hey.
It's fantastic.
Remember, availability is the best ability. Didn't you just
that is amazing. That is amazing.
Remember my point. Remember the point I just made. No, but remember the point I just made. How can you miss me if I never go away? If Bruno's always there, the United fans can't rate him properly because he's never not there for them to critically. I promise you. I promise you. Couple games, McTominay in the 10, you'll all change your tune.
Guys, let's shift gears away from this topic quickly.
I'm not co-signing that at all.
Let's shift gears away from this topic quickly. And Arsenal, there's not too much to speak about Arsenal when it comes to the game. I'm just going to ask you guys a quick question. Is Arsenal going under the radar?
No.
Would you put in this show? Absolutely not.
No.
Not a chance.
Okay, hear me out.
Hey, change the
Hear me out.
Change that time.
Hear me out.
Underrated.
Listen, hear me out before you guys go crazy, right? The reason why I'm saying Arsenal is going underrated is because everyone's deservedly so, everyone's talking about your club with the fact that you guys are top of the table, injury crisis, Klopp leaving, and everything else.
Talking about
City are the favorites. City are the favorite, and in the situation where we're in third, and we're very close in points, 2 points off top, we really are like the team that's not being spoken about as much as the people who could potentially win it.
Can I say this? One,
I'm not looking for validation here.
Let me tell you why. You're having a generational one of the top 3 managers in the world leaving the football club that he built from scratch.
Yeah.
That's a story. That's a media story. And so it's gonna like they're gonna be looking at them like, okay, what's Klopp gonna do? What's Klopp gonna do? What's Klopp gonna do? City's going for 4 in a row. 4 in a row. And possibly a Champions League repeat. Possibly a Champions League repeat. What Arsenal is doing is trying to, you know what I mean? Last season was Arsenal's media darling season, and they failed to capitalize. So right now, Arsenal is in a place where they put themselves. You can't complain about a place that you put yourself. You are leading the league by 5 laps and a longer nose and failed to deliver. The best football in the country. Every competition you dropped out of it was bigger fish to fry. We're focusing on the league. And then when you lost it, you guys switched to...
I think to put that on a banner.
You guys put it all on Saliba getting an injury. No. You have to just prove everybody wrong. Oh, they're not serious. They're not serious. It's the same old Arsenal. A lot of talk. They can't just run around like Roman Reigns saying, acknowledge me, acknowledge me.
You know what?
Give me my praise.
You literally have Arsenal fans tweeting that out.
Guys,
we're not spending too much time on Arsenal. Simply put, we're going to smash Sheffield United. It's going to be Premier League record standards, I bet, hopefully. And if this comes back and bites me in the ass, I'm going to feel like
the Premier League record twice. Remember that, yeah?
I want 9. I'm looking for 9 one day.
You're home, Iga.
We're away.
No, they're away.
Okay.
They'll do it. They'll do it.
You're not winning 9-0.
They'll score 5.
Rack, we might not, but I want to.
They'll score 5.
Oh, hey, Jake, what's that favorite saying you say all the time? What's that saying? Oh, I want to, but I want Rihanna. Come on, man.
It's never going to happen.
All right, listen. I don't know if the Bayesian girl wants a Somali, but hey, there you go.
Hey, I can't wait. I can't wait for you guys.
There's only one way to find out. There's only one way to find out.
You said what? Money
She's married.
All right, let's go. Iga, Astrid sued your what? 200. It's on Twitter. What? Astrid sued your fans for 250K. It's on Twitter. Who cares,
bro?
Who cares
about Astrid? No disrespect.
You know what? Enough about Astrid. Let's talk about Chelsea though. Pochettino.
Crazy segue.
Pochettino. Listen, if Pochettino needs motivation, he needs to go to Astrid still.
I never thought the day would come that Astrid would segue into Chelsea.
listen, she segued her porn into thing. It's mad. Anyways,
fair enough.
Rack immediately went off camera.
Listen, you want the truth about us because
Rack has a brand to protect.
There's only one.
You can't be associated with this.
There's only one issue.
Listen. The question is, who do you want to replace Poch? Because Poch is eventually going to leave.
Because listen, I've been saying it, and people are going to say, "Oh, blah blah."
Jay, you're off.
Let's get. I was saluting Ramen in the comments. But go.
Okay,
I was saying, get Amarim, get this guy. Listen, I don't know much about them. I just started researching on Amarim the other day, to be completely and utterly transparent. You know what I'm saying? I just thought he was a tactical manager that these guys are, these tacticals like to bring up and stuff like that. Me personally, I think we should do the first manager contract swap in football and just go to Germany, give Bayern Poch's contract, let him work with his star, with his media darling Kane, and just get me my manager back, Tommy T, right where it belongs, Chelsea Football Club.
What?
Chelsea Football Club.
Oh my God, you want suicidal? Oh,
that's a suicidal. When there's 2 things you cannot deny. 2. When this man was in this country, every rival fan, every game, you knew it was going to be signed. No top 4, top 5 teams wanted to play us.
Okay, one second.
It's true.
Spice. Just for the record, which manager do you want to replace Poch?
Tommy T.
You want Tommy Tuchel back?
Bring him back.
Do you think Thomas Tuchel and the ownership of Chelsea currently have a good relationship?
That was the first.
Hey. They had a good relationship with Graham Potter. How did that turn out? They have an excellent relationship with Poch. How's that turning out?
Okay, but guess what?
Ownership it's not about a friendship. Guys need to understand this is a business, right?
Yeah, and you was a
the
cup
only
team.
manager that had a good relationship with Roman Abramovich.
You was a cup team.
Jay, what did they tell you? What's the saying about going back to your ex? Is there any
Talking about going back to your ex? Hey.
Don't
answer
do
your
it.
question.
That's the thing
He's been here so many times.
That's a serious question about going back to your ex, yeah? If
Right, don't reveal too much, man. Don't reveal too much, yeah.
Hold on, but Vice, hold on, but let me
I'll just look up who I see. Yeah.
But Vice, let me ask you this though, because what they talk about exes, it's good because I can link this, because it's like when you talk about exes, what people do is they romanticize the good times and they suppress the more negative times that happen. So when you talk about Tuchel and you say you want him back, yeah. The problem is that, let's be honest, right? Tuchel, from a point accumulation point of view, had doubts. Cups, yes. Whether he could accumulate, do you believe that Thomas Tuchel is capable of accumulating enough points to beat up or a Pep to the league?
Yes.
I think there's no chance.
Yes.
There's no way.
You know why?
You know why? There's nothing I've seen at him at Bayern or Chelsea that indicates that he could get enough points.
Do you know why? One, the reason why there's so much of a spotlight on Xabi Alonso outside of him as a player being who he is, right? He's doing something unprecedented in football. It's unprecedented. Guys want to say guys are generational. They're doing some generational shit. Just give it credit where it is due. That's one. Two. Guys want to add a lot of context for guys with injury. Guys are saying, City have 2 injuries. Guys are saying United have 7. Thomas Tuchel in that season, when we finished 3rd, by the way, comfortably, we only was out of the top 4.
But that was
2 weeks. Wait. 2 weeks out of 38. Out of the top 4, 2 out of 38. Thomas Tuchel had over 9 injuries to his first team.
Bro, you man were
over 9.
You man were rubbish.
When Ben Chilwell went out in
what does that mean over 9?
October.
What is it over 9? Is it 10?
Ben Chilwell went out
or is it 10.5? Or is it 9.5? What does that over 9 mean?
No, I'm just saying. Ben Chilwell went out we were first place in the league. Ben Chilwell went out in October. Reece James followed him in November. The entire thing crashed out, and we still finished 3rd comfortably, playing guys like Loftus-Cheek everywhere. No. Guys want to always add context to everybody.
You can't be validated.
Manager, I feel like it's more agendas than nothing else. It's just agendas than nothing else when it comes to a Chelsea manager. Let's just call it what it is. Monty's scratching his head and saying, if we had our players available, 7 players versus over 9 to first team players. Marcus Alonso played almost 80% of games for Chelsea that season. We finished
these stats are so wonky. They're like almost 80%. So is that 79%? Is it 71%?
It's fine if you want to make jokes about it. But Igal can tell you that when Saliba went down, his entire season fell apart, and everybody will say, okay, I see that. But I can bring in 9 first team players that contributed to a Champions League that were out. And everybody will say, we should just ignore that because it's Chelsea.
Vice, I asked a bunch of people that I know that are Chelsea fans right now on Twitter, seeing what they say. People in the comment section who are Chelsea fans, let me know. I think you saying you'd want Thomas Tuchel back is because you rate Thomas Tuchel off the back of what he did for your time. But your owner and some of your fans probably don't.
My owner doesn't know football. 4-4-3 formations in text messages is not knowing football. So I don't want to hear what my owner thinks. Because every manager he's co-signed has been media darlings that came and flopped.
Okay, so enough about the managers now. You play Brentford this weekend. Are you concerned?
Because I'm concerned every time we touch pitch with Pochettino in the dugout. I'm concerned. Every time.
So what's your score prediction?
Because I don't know. I'm being so honest. I don't know.
If you had
Because
to make an educated guess, what would you say?
Consistent lineup. It's not a consistent lineup. Now I'm hearing Nkunku has hamstring issues. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's gonna be a couple of weeks for him. Who else? Who else is out? Who else isn't out? Reece James doesn't look to be making a comeback right now. He looks like a beast. He's trimmed down, he's slimmed down significantly.
Don't fall for it, Bice.
But he's not coming back anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? If I see Ben Chilwell, myth, Conor Gallagher, I just don't know, brother.
But Bice, do you want to know what's so funny? When Chelsea were announcing captains, and this is a true story, when they were announcing captains and they said Reece James was captain and Chilwell was vice captain, me and my friend looked at each other simultaneously and said, "Who's third in charge?" Yeah, like I said, that was the first thing that we said to each other because we were like, "There's no way." And the thing with RJ is like, hopefully he can make it back because it's not nice having players that can't do their job because of injury. And yeah. I think that if he does make it back, you've got Gusto too. Like things will look a lot. Things will look a lot. I mean, this season, jokes aside, Chelsea bought a player for nearly 60 million in Lavia, and he's played for like 3 minutes. Do you know how insane that is? Fofana, 80 million. Been
70,
injured
70,
2 seasons
70,
straight.
70 million.
I suppose there was add-ons that he definitely.
You know what? Jurgen Klopp's right. They did have the last laugh based on the sense that he's not playing.
That's what.
He's been out. He's had a season-ending injury every season since he's joined.
Listen, like I think I'm gonna enjoy Chelsea being crap this season because they can dramatically improve next season. Let's be honest, because back-to-back 10ths is essentially as bad as any top 6 team.
By the way, something about the first 10th. If it wasn't for the points that Thomas Tuchel got us between August and September, that first month of August would have got relegated.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what? Enzo and Caicedo cost 240. Madness.
I think the thing, Bice, the one thing I would say is that if Chelsea don't win the FA Cup this season, this is the worst 2-season spread of a top 6 side I've ever seen in my life.
Same.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're not going to win shit.
13, 14, and 14, 15 to be fair.
Yeah, but the thing is one of those seasons they still finish like 7th.
They're not going to win nothing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So to be 10th and 9th or 10th and 10th would be as bad as I've ever seen any team ever.
The Chelsea game is one of the games we're going to be previewing. So everyone, give me your score predictions because I went with a 2-2 draw.
Who they playing?
Brentford.
I think we'll lose 2-1.
Brentford away.
Away.
Brentford are desperate for points at the moment, you know.
We'll lose 2-1.
All right, what you saying, Monty? All right, Vader, you there?
That's the most sense he's made all night.
Vader, you there?
2-2.
2-2? What you saying, Jay?
Raider stuck in a bucket.
I'll go with. It might be a draw, you know. Like I think Chelsea are playing broadly not bad over the last sort of 5-6 games, but Brentford have lost a lot of games recently. They need the points. Like in a game, whenever I can't truly think who's gonna win a game, I normally say draw. So I'm gonna go with a draw.
Okay. Rack, you're the last one.
I think Brentford are going to win, but I think there's a lot of fear in the Chelsea fan base right now, and I think that transmits a bit to the players. And you can't trust Chelsea to get a result at the moment, and that's why I will say Brentford.
All right. And Vice, what's your score prediction?
Can I? Okay. Can we just come back after you've done the score prediction? Okay.
2-1. Done.
I just want to say about the whole Chelsea situation, right? I said this at the start of the season. I said this even before then. The biggest cultural change that has to happen at Chelsea is that the fans need to adjust the way that they think about the club. Because, Bice, I know you're saying that, But Roman is no longer there. This is not the club of Roman Abramovich. And unfortunately, that means even though you spent a lot of money, you spent it in a way that Roman never would have. But this is the reality because even though you spent a lot of money, in the medium to long term, Chelsea are going to be a balancing the books club because you're owned by a hedge fund.
Interesting. You know what? Let's. He's drinking. He's getting ready for that madness. Do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button right now. It's absolutely free. We got 110 people. How do we not have 40 likes? We've been going.
We got 20 likes,
bro. We only got 40 likes.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
We should be at least on 100.
Yeah, come on, guys. Like, I'll give you another metaphor if you like the stream. not too many though. I'm starting my own show soon. Can't give away all the secrets.
Keep that shit.
We got the next topic coming up. And this topic is going to be interesting, but before we go any further, make sure you do hit that like button. It's absolutely free. Now, what you guys need to realize is there was an awards ceremony that happened yesterday, the London Football Awards for 2024, and it did not make any sense. Chelsea's women's coach, if I'm not mistaken, was a nominee. David Moyes was a nominee. You had a League One side. I don't know which League One side got promoted to League One. Whoever that person is, and Mikel Arteta.
His name's not that difficult to pronounce, the gal. You could just say Richie.
No, I know Richie, but who does he manage? You guys know?
That's you know what they wrote it like a damn riddle, didn't they?
So he's managing Leyton Orient. Okay. So he's the Leyton Orient manager, and they got promoted to League One.
Thank you, Sean.
Mikel Arteta topped the group in the Champions League and is in a title race. The Chelsea manager, of course, she won that WSL and she's top of the Champions League group and still currently on for a quadruple. David Moyes, top of his Europa League group, in contention for European places this season in the Premier League. And Ange Postecoglou is in a top 4 race in his first season in charge, playing attacking football. And
they've not mentioned that he says the word mate a lot, which I think is very important.
And you know who won? And you know who won the goddamn award?
Ange Postecoglou.
Right, Igal, can I, let's
well deserved. Let's all clap for Ange first. Hey, Igal, come on, join in. Come on, Igal. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, mate.
Yeah. Come on, mate. It's just what we do. So Igal, let me understand why I don't understand why you're so upset. Because to me, when I look at this, right, and I look at if you ask me who's had a better season, Arteta or Ange, I think if you said either manager, I wouldn't be upset at what you said, because you have to look at the base point of where they're coming from. If you're coming from Arsenal finished second last season to where they are now, they're third. He's taking them backwards. So you're saying Arteta should win Manager of the Year. I'm saying he's taking your club backwards. Why should we reward failure, Iga? Why should Arteta win this award when he's gone from second to third? How does that make sense? How does that make more sense?
One second. The question is, the Ange Postecoglou.
First,
he's got a point. He's got a point.
And now fifth. Yeah, you could argue when the votes were taken.
First of all, you automatically assume that my default
gone from 8th to 4th. You've gone from 3rd to 2nd. Why should Arteta win Manager of the Year?
First of all, you're assuming that my stance is that Ange Postecoglou or Arteta. Immediately assuming
you want the guy the guy who you didn't know who managed. You want Richie Wellens to win it, then? Yeah.
No, I'm saying David Moyes got robbed. I'm saying got robbed.
Over Emma Hayes.
Robbed.
What score did you beat them the other week?
1 second. First of all, the manager who won the award literally became in charge this month, this year in August, right?
Well, thankfully, it's just for the year, then, isn't it, Gal?
David Moyes.
Thankfully, it's not the award for the decade.
David Moyes, and the Chelsea women's coach have more credit to win this award than Mikel Arteta or Ange Postecoglou.
Well, I'm listening.
And even if you want to have a conversation about achievements, what is a bigger achievement? Having your team playing fun football and attacking football in a title race, or somebody who's actually in a Premier League title race, somebody who's actually in a on pace for a quadruple, somebody who's in the Europa Conference League, won it, and now is in the Europa League.
Who's on pace for a quadruple?
Emma Hayes,
the Chelsea manager.
Chelsea women's coach.
Right. The way I'm looking at it is, it's real simple.
It's an absolute sham.
None of these managers are like. I don't think any of these managers are specifically stand out above the others. You're talking to me. You're talking like it's a disgrace that Ange won. I'm not saying it's a disgrace that he's won. I wouldn't have said it was a disgrace if Arteta won. I'm saying that to me, you can make an argument for all of them. That's why they're on the goddamn shortlist because you can make an argument for them.
Sorry to the Chelsea fans for comparing you guys to Astrid.
Hey, yo.
He asked for an apology, so I'll give him an apology. But Jay,
I don't think he's having a good season.
I don't think the conversation is about Arteta and Ange. I think the conversation is about, does Ange deserve this trophy? And I think he doesn't deserve it based on 6 months or however many months he's been in charge, competing for top 4, which he didn't even get yet. On top of everything else, they've added fun football and playing attacking football as an achievement, as if.
Okay.
Rack, it's a joke.
Do you want me to comment?
Was that rhetorical? It's a joke, or was it expand?
No, I don't have a particularly strong opinion. You make a fair point about the fact that he's only been there 6 months, but Jay also makes a fair point. He's had a limited period of time to work with a team and is doing better than most people expected, because Spurs were pretty damn shit at the end of last season, and that was only going no, but that was only with Conte. It was only going one way, right? So look, I don't know the Leighton Orient guy, Emma Hayes. Maybe I don't have a particularly strong opinion on this whole thing.
That's
so
it. That's the viewpoint.
Listen, does Merseyside have an award ceremony for footballers? Liverpool players must win it every year.
Oh, obviously, every year Liverpool win it. Surely, fuck Everton must be like, oh my god, have we got to go to this thing again? Do you know what I mean? What's the point?
I can't even remember who's the Everton man. Oh, Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche or Jurgen Klopp, people. What do you reckon?
All right, let's move on to the final topic. Tottenham play Crystal Palace. Surely Crystal Palace just Crystal Palace don't bend over for you guys. They make sure with their new manager, they could get something. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think Crystal Palace can get something from Tottenham?
Palace has a new manager.
Yep.
That Glasner from France.
Roy Hodgson's the final straw for Roy Hodgson was when he played Michael Elise and got him injured for 6 months.
But the final straw for Roy Hodgson should have won when Vieira was, Vieira took it back and they just gave it back to him. So anything that happens to Crystal Palace, I believe, is on them, and they should just hold that. Genuinely,
it's true.
I believe that Vieira got players wanting to come to the club, playing for them again. They didn't have to splash a lot of cash, you know what I'm saying? But there's players who would be willing to come just to play for him, and I feel like they messed that up going back to Roy Hodgson. But Spurs. I don't think Crystal Palace have to do anything. I think Spurs win. I think it's gonna be the first 25 minutes is gonna be what it is. You know what I'm saying? But Spurs win this game 3-1, easy.
I'm hoping Spurs lose, and I think with the new manager, there is some reason behind it. So I'm going to go with the 2-1 Spurs loss to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace win 2-1. What are you saying, Jay?
Spurs, we need a good performance. I think we've growing pains is the way that I describe this. When you're trying to become a team and you're trying to implement a style, there's growing pains in it. I'd probably liken it for bias to like when Sarri was in charge of Chelsea. When you're trying to impose that kind of style, you have to just put up with stuff where it's just like, and I think some Chelsea fans were not willing to put up with it. I look at that and I'm like, well, it takes as long as it takes. And only after that period can you say whether or not the manager's good enough or the players are good enough, and it is what it is. So I expect us to win. I expect us to put better performances in than we've been putting in. Richarlison's injured for a few weeks, which will probably help us because Son will go down the middle again. And that's where he was in great form this season. So Son down the middle, probably Kulu and Johnson. That attack was doing quite good as a three. So we're at home. We've got Villa next week. So Villa away, which is a very big game for top four.
You don't want to look too far ahead. Are you worried about this weekend?
No, I'm worried. Worried is almost a redundant question. It's more like if Spurs do what they need to do, I don't think Palace can stop us. So that's the thing. It's just, are we going to do what we need to do? So I expect us to play well. Son it's difficult because it's almost the positions he's taking up and the way he's getting the ball, but he's still got the pace and stuff. He's still got the driving runs. It's just the way where he's getting the ball and the angles. It's not amazing for him. But I like Son as a number 9 now. So we'll see. But I expect us to beat Palace. And I expect us to beat Villa next week. We need to. So because if Villa beat us next week, I'm not even looking ahead. If Villa beat us next week, I think that's a big step for them for top 4. So this week we got to win. We got to keep the pressure on. I think Villa have got. I feel like Villa have got a tricky game this weekend. Let me just double check.
You know what? I think we're just gonna wrap it up. Yeah. I don't think Villa is.
They got Luton away.
I don't think Villa is the team that is going to be consistent enough to keep that spot. You're gonna
they're 8 points ahead of United.
I know, but I'm saying you're gonna still be ahead of them by come the end of the season, probably.
We're still 5 points behind them. Our game in hand is Chelsea away.
I think they're gonna drop off similar to Leicester in the past and West Ham.
But you got to look at the output of people like Watkins and stuff at the moment. Like if Watkins stays fit, like they've got a very good chance. If he gets injured between now and the end of the season, they could be in trouble.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Rack and Bice now. Do you guys think West Ham? Sorry, not West Ham. Do you guys think Aston Villa keep 4th come the end of the season?
No.
Rack?
They don't.
Look, if what's the gap now between United and Villa?
8 points.
Is it 7 points?
8 points.
8 points.
And Villa got a better goal difference.
Look, and the thing is, right, if that gap stretches to 11, bearing in mind that Villa have whoever they're playing, and then Man United have City. If that stretches to 11 points. That's a huge gap,
but Spurs are 5 points closer.
Okay, right. Well, I expect Spurs to be there. I expect Spurs to be there regardless. I'm talking top 5 rather than top 4 because the fifth place team is going to get Champions League football, whoever it is.
I don't think this year there's going to be a 5th place unless you win the Europa and one of ours. Me and City win the league.
It's going to be Liverpool versus Leverkusen in the Europa League.
What is that based on? What is that based on?
That's what the script writers have for us, Bice.
It's based on coefficient.
It's based on the UEFA coefficient.
Yeah,
and you don't think England
has all the competitions,
and you don't think England is amongst the top 2 countries in terms of coefficient. You don't think that's
right now we're third.
Season.
Right now we're third.
Okay, but at the end of the season,
by the end of the season, that's what was what.
By the end of the season, we could be second, easy, or first.
Okay, I expect that to be the case. I expect us to be playing. I expect Liverpool to win or get as far as possible in the Europa League. I mean, we've got quite a few teams in the Europa League already. City are going to be right there.
If the Europa League look easy and you win it, hats off to you because we've been in it so many times.
Also, City are going to be probably right there until the end, unless they have a massive mess up in the Champions League, right?
Yeah.
Bro, if you win the Europa League this year, it just tells me that the European hoodoo is a real issue for
Well,
us.
you know, do you want to know the funny thing is, if say like Brighton or West Ham were to win the Europa League this season, we would have 6 teams in the Champions League next year.
Unbelievable.
That's not possible. That's not possible. You can't have more than 5. 5 is the absolute maximum.
No, I swear.
Oh yeah, they changed the format.
They changed the format, but they also put a cap on it that no country can have more than 5 teams. You can't have a 16.
I'm gonna Google that because
you're right. Because when they changed the format,
Rax, you are fake news.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Big up everyone in the comment section.
What are you gonna leave them with Rax thinking that Rax is right? Is that
on that cliffhanger?
Yeah, we'll catch you on Sunday, hopefully.
Yeah.
You can do the research. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Wikipedia says